Hey guys, Butch here. Got to the trailhead about 15-20 minutes ago. Just headed into the lake. It's a short trip actually, but I'm here for a couple of days, and what I really want to do is get off the beaten path and go in somewheres and actually make a shelter, and just to make one, I believe, because I made one in the backyard, but that's not quite the same. So I'm just out here and about to have some fun. This is a solo hike. I'm by myself, but sometimes you can have the greatest fun when you do things by yourself, because there's no one around to see you make all the mistakes that you make, right? Or some of the stupid things you do. But it can be kind of dangerous, so be careful where you go. This is a real popular spot, and I'm not going to go that far off to where no one could hear me yell. I do have a little E-Trex 20, just enough to give me a location or a waypoint that I can make my way back to if need be. If something does stupid happen. But usually I don't really see any problems happening, but you never know. But one of the things that I want to do is to get myself into an area where, not just with my tarp, you see so many people making these little huts and a lean-to. Oh, that's not scat. I thought it was bear scat, but not. But I have been in areas where the bear are, but I haven't really heard of anything here where we are, where this is Chase Lake in the upper Adirondack. Well, it's actually the lower part of the Adirondacks, so maybe midway. Depends on where you're located and what you're looking for. It's definitely not the high peaks, so we'll see what happens. And I'll give you a look-see when I set up my camp. I think I'm going to spend the night at the lean-to tonight, because it is kind of late. It's already almost 3:30. Like I think I said that already, but this is the steeper part of the trail. This is actually the steepest part. The other trail going up to county line, that one is an awesome trail. It's really kind of steep going up it. It takes about, it depends on how fast you walk, but it takes, if you're without pack and you're hoofing really fast, you could probably get there in an hour and 15, maybe an hour and a half. But with packs on, we went the other day and we didn't hike real fast, but we didn't take our time either, and we made it there in 2 hours. But it's a pretty steep trail, but it's a beautiful trail. The lake back there is gorgeous. Not a real place to go fishing, so don't go there if you're looking to go fishing. Well, maybe, I don't know, where we were, it looked like it was pretty much just a beaver dam, and the water was about 2 feet deep. But here's a little waterway. I'm probably going to fill up here. I brought my little, what is it, the Sawyer Mini. I've used it once before on the last time that I was here. We went up to Corner Line, and it worked really well. But it doesn't, the only backdraft with that is it doesn't have the carbon filter, so the water you taste, you do kind of taste that it does come from a stream. But I'm a country boy, and I like that. There are times where, especially during a springtime, that I'll just drink right out of the water, because I know that up here in the Adirondacks, the water's fairly pure. Don't do that, but I'm okay because I'm acclimated to it, and and things are okay. But I'm going to use the water filter just because I'm trying it out and make sure that it works good. I didn't get the diarrhea or anything last time, and I know a lot of people have used it. I'm going to try the Renovo Trio. I'm going to get that here in a little bit and see how that works. And I'll let you know about that later. Right now, let me get some water because I'm kind of thirsty, and I'll be back with you when I get back to my camp. Okay? Well, actually, when I set up my camp. Let's go by that way. Hi guys, Butch here again. This is the point where I leave the trail. I found a spot, I believe. I'm going to do a little more scouting when I get over there. But here's the trail going that way. Now I know that right there, there's some water running down, and I know that on this side, right down through here, there's the ground goes this way. There's a nice little ravine, or a gully actually. It's not deep enough for a ravine, but I know there's water down there because I did just poke my head over there just a little bit. I've looked a couple of times, but it's already 4 o'clock, so I want to leave the trail. I want to do a makeshift camp, and then tomorrow actually build the shelter at the camp. But really the water was my main part, where I wanted to be able to have water right next to me. But another part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over there is to find a tree that is down. That way I got my firewood right there, my water is right there, and I know I already got shelter because it's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So those are the kind of the main things. I want to have a little fire tonight. I don't need it to cook with, but fire just makes everything, you know, nice and bright and sunshiny. Oh, look at this. I did find, look at, here's a one of those edible plants. No, that's, sorry, that's not it. I'm going to edit that out, I think. I might leave it in. That's why, you know, you really got to be careful, because at first impression I thought that was one of those, you know, you dig it up and you get the little cucumber out, but once I actually looked more at it, it's not the same plant. It might be, but I don't think so. But anyways, I'm going to break the trail here. I'm going over here, and I'll follow you, because this is actually, you can see it right in through here, and going that way is an animal trail. They were actually headed over towards the water, which I knew was already there. But let me get into here so I can show you exactly what I was looking at. Over there on that side, right over in there, there is a clearing in the woods just on the other side of that hill. Right there it is. And I'm going to head over there and see if there's a downed tree right nearby. If there is, I'm going to set up camp over there. All right, see ya. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. I'm getting ready to do the fire, because I started to set up camp, and then what happened was the mosquitoes are just eating me alive from being down here right in this gully. It's not that great of a place, but it's great. I got my tinder set, all the little pine little needle kind of things that I could find, just to get everything started. And as I was walking down the trail, I came across a lot of the birch bark, and every time I did, I reached out and grabbed a whole bunch of the nice light fluffy stuff that's there. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to use the strike a tinder or anything of that nature. I can, been doing it, but one guy walked up to me and said, "Hey idiot, why don't you just use the lighter?" And since I got a lighter, that is exactly what I'm going to do. Right now, I need smoke. Everybody loves a good fire, and it looks higher than it is at the moment just because the stuff is very flammable. But I'm in a really wet area, and I know it rained pretty hard the other day, so I know I'm not going to start a fire somewheres. So don't get too alarmed if this does get a little high, but it's not going to. This is just the starter to start the fire. And now, some leaves to give it some smoke. I want these mosquitoes gone. That's the idea. A nice little smoky fire. I probably should have let it go a little bit longer, but I think she'll take. I know watching the fire is not too enjoyable, but I just wanted to show the fire start and say, never mind all the baloney of, oh, it's a survival situation. Now, believe me, I can start a fire when I got to. I even started a fire in the pouring rain before. You know, all you got to do is have the right stuff and the knowledge. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is key to everything. And like I said before, I picked this spot because it's got so many down trees right there next to it. So in essence, I'm kind of cleaning up the neighborhood here a little bit. I don't want this to get too much right now, so all I really want is these leaves to smoke. And you can see the smoke. The air is kind of whirling around in here. You can see over in here there's some more smoke. It's just kind of, I'm just panning around here because the smoke is just going to get rid of these bugs for me. Thanks, and I'll see you again. Alright guys, I got to work on this a little bit, but because I chose a good spot for its purpose, and yet when it comes to water, which is one of the most important things, I had a little bit of difficulty. As it ended up, the thought that I had in the beginning about tomorrow came out to be the best solution. Because what I had done is when I first got here, I made this hole just as a little bit of a seepage. You know, you can see that right here, I dammed this up over here, and I made this, but it wouldn't fill up fast enough because you can see the water's barely trickling in here. But it's moving at a decent rate, and I put it in here, and it was seeping out of the ground so strong, so quickly, that it only filled up maybe a foot, a little over a foot. But I ended up, because I was just going to use it for the fire. You know, to put the fire out in the morning or to wash my hands, some things like that. But however, the water had settled and it was so clear. It was a whole lot clearer than any of the water that I found down in the creek. And that stuff was moving faster, but it's still, it's not, I didn't trust it. But right now I'm putting this little sawyer, the mini, right to the test because hopefully I don't get sick. I don't believe that I will, but right now what I'm doing is dragging out the water. I'm filling up right here. It's filling up my jet boil. I'm going to make me some oodles and noodles and throw some tuna fish into it. But I got a little, that's what's so great about that sawyer, is you can just, you know, hook it on there. And all I did was fill up my kitchen sink here. I filled this up with water, floated it down, pushed it down in the center, filled it up, and then poured it into my my bag. And then now I got a nice little gravity flow. And then what I'll do is I'll suck up some of the good water and then flush it back through. And you know, like it says, 100,000 gallons. That's a lot of water. Okay, but let me show you my setup here. Got the Lawson hammock set right there in between the two big trees. Got my fire going, of course. Got my rock to sit on as I watch the fire. Really nice because, you know, I'm a little bit lazy, but the smoke is billowing around a little bit, keeping those skeeters away, which is great. I'm having a good time so far, and it's only been about 2 hours. I walked in maybe a half an hour, 40 minutes. I don't think it was that far. Might have been 2 miles.